What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Episode 107 of the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast season wrap up. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm good, Kev. I'm not gonna lie. It feels good to be face to face talking with you. It's been a
Oh
while.
man, it's been a
Life
while.
life happens, things happen, but it's good we're here. And we're talking about 13 seasons, no playoffs, and another
And
disgrace of a year.
okay, it's been a dicey couple of months here, personally, back and forth. But what are you going to come on and talk about? What are you the same? And it's like you could have replayed the episodes from last year that we did, and it would have been the same thing.
Great. Kevin, what I like to talk about, and you may disagree with me, and maybe we'll butt heads and whatever. I'm not on the side of the rest of Jet Nation with keeping Saleh. I know Aaron Rodgers wants him, and right now it's what Aaron says. Aaron goes. It goes.
Well, not when there's somebody like Harbaugh, I mean,
But not when you're 18 and 33 in 3 years. Not when your record is 18 and 33 in 3 years.
I mean, yeah, you can say he never had a quarterback. I don't know.
You know what, Kevin? I didn't want to come on here and go on a rant, but I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that nonsense. All right?
Other
Coaches,
teams, there's plenty of other teams
yeah.
that guys come off the bench and holy shit,
Yeah. So
right?
you know
Yeah.
what, Kevin? Everyone thinks Saleh, right? Well, how come the Houston Texans, with a rookie coach and a rookie quarterback, won their division and are now in the playoffs?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I don't want to hear about the injuries, Kevin, because here's another team I'm going to bring up. The Cleveland Browns are on their third quarterback, Joe Flacco, who looked like he was ready to be put in an old age home when he played for us, did
Yes.
not look like that with Cleveland. And I don't want to hear Cleveland was a better team. Cleveland had 13 different old linemen starting for them.
And when Rodgers went down week one, Flacco contacted the Jets.
When we screamed about Wentz and Matt Ryan, and we screamed about everyone
Not
now we
interested.
wanted.
Not interested. Not interested.
We
So
screamed about everyone.
you wasted the season.
And let me tell you
You
something,
wasted
Kevin.
it.
Here's the other thing, and I have a list of the 11 coaches who were fired. You want to keep Saleh, that's fine. But someone had to take the fall. Whether it was the whole offensive unit, the defensive unit is fine. I could live with them. I'm not thrilled with them. I could live with them. But this offensive coaching staff sucks balls. Our O-line coach sucked when he was with the Titans. He sucks here. Jet players are telling you he sucks. See, players are telling you that he sucks, and everybody's keeping their job.
The wide receiver, your number one wide receiver is calling out the offensive coaching staff, more or less, in a very professional way, but he was calling them out.
What 23-year-old millionaire tells you this was the worst year of his life? You think this kid's going to want to sign in 2 more years?
Not unless things drastically change.
Let me ask you, as a fan, because that's all me and you are. We say it a million times. The X's and O's, we don't deal with that. You want that, go somewhere else. How much of a difference in your mind is Aaron Rodgers going to make if this O-line does not get fixed and this O-line coach can't coach?
None.
But he can't coach, Kevin.
The only reason he would make a difference is defenses. I don't know.
Let me ask you something. I'm not down on Rodgers, but the loyalty for someone who's played 4 snaps that we're keeping all the coaches on his behalf because he said to 4 snaps. And you know what? Is Rodgers going to
They're
Is Rodgers?
running it. The whole staff is running it as the excuse. That's the excuse. Rodgers got hurt.
Yeah, and Kevin, I buy that to a point. But Woody can't be sitting here and going, "All right, let's go over it, Kevin, because this is a year-end show." The Falcons, their coach Arthur Smith was hired at the same time Saleh was. His record is 21-30, 7-10 every year. Where is he today? He got on his ass. Okay, you got the Bears. They fired the whole offensive coaching staff because they weren't good. The Jaguars just fired their whole defensive coordinating staff because they just shit the bed in the final 5 weeks. I got others, but we'll start with those three. And those teams, at least the Jaguars were fighting the last week for a spot. The Falcons were somewhat fighting for a spot. The Bears were somewhat exciting. We were fucking dull as all hell, and everyone's keeping their job.
No excuse. No excuses.
You know that song, Kevin? I know me and you are metal fans, but you know that song, I gave my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. Here is, as long as you do your worst, you'll keep your job.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else to say, Kevin?
And you know, was it me or did you see guys quitting in the last couple games? Especially on defense.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Cleveland marched right through them.
Yeah, whiffing tackles.
With Flacco, 34 points in that first half. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Absolutely, man.
Disgusting.
Absolutely.
And again, Kevin, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. So people know. And correct me if I'm wrong. We always tell you to correct us. They had 13 different O-line changes just like we did. We had 15. They had 13. They had 3 starting quarterbacks. Excuse me, just like we did.
Well, we had more than that because the best quarterback on our team was the punter.
I want to hear it, Kevin. Like, I'm done with the quarterback. Zeb's gone. Simeon gone. Boyle gone. Joe Douglas has 5 picks in this upcoming draft. I don't know if he's going to buy out at 10. Maybe someone jumps him. He gets more picks, but it should be 3 O-linemen and 2 wide receivers. I don't want to see another defensive player. We don't need a defensive player.
Need a quarterback?
What's that?
Do we need a quarterback?
You know what, Kev? You mean to tell me we can't find a serviceable backup in free agency? We're going to have to draft the quarterback?
If you listen to the end of the year with Joe D there, he said they're going to dress a veteran backup.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what, Kevin? I'm so sick of this shit with the Jets.
Why didn't you do that? All right. You're going to tell me there's a reason you went out and got Rodgers. Because Zach wasn't good. That's why.
Yeah.
So you built this team to go to the Super Bowl around Rodgers. Okay.
Yeah.
So when he got hurt on that Monday night, you weren't on the phone immediately.
Exactly.
Knowing what you had as your backups.
Yeah.
You wasted the season. You wasted it.
Yeah.
You wasted it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, agree, Kevin. Agree. And again, I don't want to hear injuries. The NFL is about injuries. No one starts September 11th. Go
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, the football's about injuries. No team starts the season in week 1 and finishes with the same healthy team in week 18. Teams get banged up. O-linemen get banged up. But you know what? Like Belichick says, do your job. Next man up. But we didn't coach these guys to be good enough to be next man up.
The MVPs are the 2 kickers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zerline and Morstead.
Let me tell you something, Kevin. I heard someone say, it just shows you how out of shape Roger Saffold was that we signed him to our practice squad as an O-lineman and he never saw the field. Well, here's what I'll say to that, Kevin. Excuse me. If he was so out of shape, then why the fuck did we sign him to the practice squad to begin with?
Same reason we signed Dalvin Cook.
That was a waste. Should have win a ring. You want to know what's funny?
Here, take $7 million and just hang out.
Yeah, yeah. Woody's got the money to burn, so let's throw it away. And Kevin, let me tell you something. I'm saying it here, and every Jet fan could rip me because I don't give a shit anymore. Too old to worry about these fucking other fans.
And let me another question while we're on the roster here. How bad is Alan Lazard?
I didn't want to go. Just let me finish my trailer because I'm here to piss off some Jet fans, and I'm going to piss them off right now.
You go.
I don't care if he's the backup. I hope the San Francisco 49ers win a Super Bowl ring just so Sam Darnold could get one for the way this fucking organization treated him. And now it's come out. I don't know if you heard. Now it's come out that Joe D never wanted Zach Wilson. He wanted
I saw that.
Pick. And Woody forced him because Woody needed the golden boy. Woody thought he had the next Tom Brady. Now, I don't know how true that rumor is, but if that's the case, Woody, mind your fucking business and let your football people run the show.
Listen, I get you need to clean the quarterback room out, except for Rodgers. Get a whole new set.
Yeah, Kevin, I'm going to say this again. If Rodgers gets on the field with what's in front of him, he's going to have to be Obi-Wan Kenobi and say to the D-line, this is not the quarterback you want to sack. He's going to have to part the seas so defensive players fall down so all guys could catch the ball. Because Lazard has hands like fucking cement instead of soft pillows. I haven't seen anything good about Lazard.
He was inactive for the last game.
My God. And you saw, and no offense, Kevin, God bless them. They made the team as undrafted free agents, but you kind of see why Gibson and Brownlee are undrafted free agents. And nice as special team players, they're not good for second and third receivers. I'm sorry.
You need another one to go opposite Wilson.
Exactly.
To draw something away from him.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. I mean, I sent you that thing. Did he take 5 now to give somebody else 17?
Yeah. The thing is, Kevin, what do we have to offer to make that trade happen? We don't have enough draft capital. We got 5 picks.
You'd have to give up the 1, probably.
Are you doing that when we still need an O-line? It's going to be a receiver in free agency we can snag.
There's got to be.
Of course there is.
I don't know. I would think they would want a 1, right?
Yeah. You're giving up one of the best receivers. You're not going to want a 1 back. Mm-hmm. And whoever takes over the Raiders coaching, they're going to want to make their statement. So they're not going to give Joe Douglas anything just to be, say, oh, we made a trade. No. He's in a hostage now.
I saw a couple things that says Pierce is probably out, so it could be a whole new,
I know, Kevin. That's what I'm saying. That regime is going to want to make their bones. So if you're coming to them for Davante Adams, you're going to have to give up a ton. They have every right, and they're going to hold on to him.
Yep.
They're not giving him away for fucking Scotch tape.
Yep. I don't know.
It's fucking Keith Carter, this Jet O-line coach, had one of the worst offensive lines 5 out of the last 6 years, especially when he was with Tennessee. They would constantly hurt those guys because the way he taught them this chop block bullshit. Yeah, he's going to keep his job? Fuck me, I don't get it.
And I don't know. What do you think of Becton? You think
he's got to go, Kevin? He's got to go.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
He's got to go. And maybe, Kevin, more for his own peace of mind to get out of here and get a fresh start somewhere else. But he gave up the most sacks this year. He was one of the worst O-linemen, penalty-wise, too. Sorry. We were fans of this, but I can't root for this anymore.
And I mean, who knows about AVT, right? You don't
They're
know,
already saying they're already saying he might not even be ready for week 1. We're
right?
already behind the 8 ball.
Got a lot of work to do.
And here's another thing, Kevin. And this is my off. And I hate the fact that Jet fans keep saying, wait till another year. You'll know what we got in 2 years. I'm tired of waiting 2 years for these guys to progress. First off, Will McDonald, out of the 31 draft picks last year, the number 1 draft picks, he played the least amount of time. That's one. Number 2, I believe he was a healthy scratch for about 6 games, maybe more.
Wasted pick.
Exactly, Kevin. Every team who picks their number 1 pick, because they're filling in a need and you're gonna use them. No, we sit our number 1 pick and let him watch an old man like Thomas or whoever else was on the D line, because we didn't know how to coach this kid.
And you're playing around with Huff. You're playing around with this guy.
I'm surprised himself. Why should I give them a discount? How does he have to get to the Jets? He did everything they asked, and they brought in every schlub off the fucking field to take his job, and they still couldn't do it. The man hardly plays finished with 10.5 sacks.
Mm-hmm. Pay the man.
He should have paid him 4 months ago.
Yes.
What is this organization doing? What is this coaching staff saying? And Saleh, don't keep telling me we're close. I'm 20 years older than you. I know what close is, and we're not close.
And back to Lazard. You hear what he said about Lazard? Oh, he's going to be a lot better next year. Well, okay. Right. Yeah, what else would he mean? The hell kind of statement is that?
Yeah, and let me tell you something, Kevin. I'm going to keep going on. I'm going to throw another name out there, because even you and I killed him. How does Matt LaFleur look now with the Rams, with a decent offensive line and a great quarterback? We're in the playoffs, right? They might even do damage in the playoffs, because they won 5 out of their last 6 games. And the game they lost, they took the Ravens to overtime. Listen, you and I included, we killed LaFleur. We thought he was the reason. Now we know he's not the reason.
Well, to be fair, I knew he wasn't the whole reason. but yeah, we killed him for being, yeah.
You have your right to your opinion. You want to tell me I'm wrong? Fine. All I'm going on, I see the Rams now. LaFleur's their OC. They're in the playoffs.
Well, I mean,
quarterback, decent O-line, they're in the playoffs.
His play calling was almost as bad as Hackett's, but
Seattle that just couldn't execute it.
We've had no quarterback. But to be fair to LaFleur, other quarterbacks, Josh Johnson, Flacco, they ran the offense no problem.
Yeah. But, and this is what
it was run back, take a sack, Zach.
I like that. That's very good. We should run shirts
back,
made.
That just came out. Came out. Run back, take a sack, Zach.
Yeah, I love that. Like because we can copyright that, you know?
Yes. Put on shirts.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And you know what, Kevin? When you hear this little rumor that JD never wanted Zach Wilson, and we've always said it on this show, what are the Jets saying that they're keeping Zach around? Well, I guess it's the truth. They were doing what the ownership told them.
Yeah.
Woody wanted his golden boy. He thought Zach.
Yeah, the hand was coming down.
And this is why the Jets are a fucking laughing stock. And here we are, 13 seasons without the playoffs.
Well, how many people have we heard say it goes back to the owner, you know?
Yeah.
Why do you think Belichick ran? Why do you think Parcells ran?
Parcells was under Hess at the time.
No, Hess died.
Well, didn't Hess hire him to say, I want...
Yeah, and then Hess passed away, and then Woody bought the team.
Okay.
That's when they all ran.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they knew.
I'm going to give you other teams. the Titans, 5 out of the 6 years, Vrabel was a coach of the year 2 years ago, if I remember right. They were a division champ, a #1 seed. They've been to the playoffs. He gets fired. All right, the Commandos, and I'm just saying, the Commandos had a sucky record. They fired their coach. The Raiders are in shambles. They fired their coach. But yet our staff is intact.
Watch for Vrabel as the next coach of the Patriots.
Yeah, I heard that. But I also heard, what's his name? DeMayo from the Patriots?
Yeah.
That he's a hot name too.
Yep. Oh, no more Hoodie.
What's that?
No more Hoodie.
I know. And no more Pete Carroll. How about Pete Carroll for Seattle?
Yes.
And they were in it the last week of the season, and he went.
Yes.
Now, I know he's going to get a job in the office, front office, and whatever, but
we know why there's been no changes. Because the quarterback doesn't want any changes.
Then this team is not going to win unless that O-line is stout, and they're nowhere near that.
And what do you think about his statement the other day? What do you think he was talking about? About got to get all the bullshit out of here that has nothing to do with football and winning and championships.
I'm still trying to figure that out. What does that mean, and who does he mean?
I don't know. I thought maybe you had a thought about it. So
I'm totally confused by this statement. Like, I don't get what bullshit is he talking about. He's the bullshit because he wants all these guys back.
Gotta get rid of all the bullshit out of the building that has nothing to do with winning.
Well, what's your thoughts? Because I don't have any, because I don't get it.
What kills me is when he said that, nobody followed up and said, well, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Bullshit. He asked for Lazard, we got him Lazard. He asked for Cobb, we got him Cobb. He wanted Billy Turner, the old lineman, we got him Billy Turner. All 3 of them sucked balls.
Is he talking about the tweets and this and that from players and I don't know. What's he talking about?
Was one of the guys who liked the tweet, and he's in love with Becton. So is he talking about Becton? Is he talking about our best weapon, Breece Hall, who also liked the tweet?
Who I must say was my offensive MVP of the year was Breece.
Yeah, let me say this.
Imagine that guy with an offensive line.
How did the fucking coaching staff not realize he was 6 yards shy? I'm sorry. I would have called the timeout.
You can't get right. Thank you.
I would have called the Patriots. I would have called the timeout with 8 seconds left. Brought my and said, motherfuckers, let's get this man 7 yards.
There you go. There you go.
But the idiots thought he already had 1,000. The coaching staff, we miscalculated. This is my coaching staff that I'm going with next year.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Miscalculated.
Yeah. All right. I don't know.
The Giants.
Maybe you should have been using a calculator.
Yeah. You should know. Someone should be whispering in your ear. So get the timeout. He's 6 yards away. Let's see if we can.
Right. There you go. There you go. The shit ass coaching staff. There you go.
I knew he was 6 yards away. I said it to my wife. I said, I think and I didn't know what I said to my wife, I think he's 5 yards away. He can do this. Call the timeout. Call the timeout. Call the timeout. Call the timeout.
We're not supposed to know. They are.
Why isn't the Jet fans talking about that stupidity? This is our coach. Didn't know he was 5-6 yards short. You had 8 seconds. Call the timeout. Think we could get it for the kid.
My MVP of the team was Zerline. Why? Because he's the only one that could score for weeks.
3 stars. Darline, Morstead, and who? Can you find a good line?
And the quarterback, like I said, with the best, the best QB rating on the team was the punter.
We already talked about the #1 draft, #1 Will McDonald. And here's one, and I said it to you how much I like Tippmann coming out of the draft. I don't want to hear we had McGovern. Why wasn't this kid starting the center from McGovern? He's our future. Why wasn't he starting from day one? They even dicked him around, made him a guard, put him here, put him there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you go look the last 10 games with him at center,
Once he
he had one of the best numbers out of the 32 starting centers.
With all the other crap going on, the offensive line kind of stabilized a little bit once he went into center.
Yeah. Why wasn't he starting from day one? Because they don't know how to coach these players. This is why I have no faith in Saleh's coaching staff, even when Rodgers comes back. When you're a team, Kevin, who for 12 going into this season, 12 years not making the playoffs, your number one and number two got to start. And start them at the positions you picked them to start at. Tippmann had a slow start. You moved him at guard, and he still wasn't half bad.
All year, I felt sorry for the defense with this team.
You still feel bad for them. I have no problems with the defense. They can stay
like I said, we're talking about the O-line. You did nothing. You did nothing. Guys going down left and right, and you're doing nothing. You did nothing before the trade deadline. You did nothing.
Yeah.
Rodgers goes down 4 plays into the first game.
Yeah.
The reason he's here to begin with is because Zach stinks. But yet, what do? Let's ride the season with him.
Yeah.
All right. And what'd you get? The same thing regurgitated again. The same season you got last year regurgitated again.
Then here's another thing I'm going to say. I talked to you about how the Houston Texans, rookie quarterback, rookie coach, win a division, going to the playoffs, hosting a home playoff game. I'm going to go even another step further because in my mind, he's somewhat of a rookie, even though he's been in the league, but as a backup, love for the Packers in his first year as a full starter, got this team almost to the playoffs too. No, aren't they in the playoffs?
The Packers, yeah, they're in.
Yeah, they're playing Dallas. That's right. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, they're in. Absolutely.
I don't want to hear about the quarterback. He's good. Oh, he only had the protection. Every O-line got beat up this year. Please.
Run it back, take a sack, Zach.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Listen, I said the guy's got an arm, he can run, but there's nothing. There's nothing. Football-wise, there's nothing.
When you said it, I said it. When you reach this level of excellence, we'll say, everyone looks good at the combine. Everyone looks good in shorts and a t-shirt. Everyone could throw the ball when there's no pressure. Now we'll take it a step further. In Zach's case, he looked even better because he did it against a cupcake schedule.
I remember when they were at the combine and they were showing that throw where he rolled out and he threw across the field, all the way down the field. If you remember, we found a play with Sam against, I forget who they were playing, threw the same ball.
He threw the same ball in the combine.
Yeah, but this was in the game.
Yeah. Woody Johnson has to be the owner that says, Joe Douglas is my football mind. He hired his scouts. He hired these coaches. I'm going to sit back, and if he says he wants to sell the pick, let him run with it. Because now Joe Douglas is in his final season, and all the pressure is on him. Everything is on him. His football future is in this year.
I agree. Listen,
if
you have a big off season, draft and free agency wise, even trade wise, Rodgers stays healthy, okay, and you still are a freaking disaster. It's time to go. It's time to go.
But you know what, Kevin?
Everybody's got to go.
He's gonna go, and it's because Saleh took him down because Saleh couldn't coach anybody. His coaching staff couldn't coach anyone. Because listen, the Jet fans can't start telling me now Joe Douglas didn't make the right moves because we all rewarded him. All the
Yes, yes.
Jamal Adams, he fleeced this, fleece. All right, he brought in all the pieces, but these coaches couldn't do shit with them.
There you go. How come everybody leaves this team, goes somewhere else, and succeeds? I mean, except for Jamal Adams.
They're coached properly.
Right.
They're coached properly. And I have to love it. I don't know if you're on social media. I hear people saying, what would you do if we got Jamal Adams back? I want Jamal Adams back. Words.
The bum.
I heard somebody say, oh, you trade Huff, you give up Huff, you get Adams.
Are you crazy?
No.
That's like trading filet mignon for chopped steak.
Yeah. I want Jamal Adams back.
Get the hell out of here. Keep walking. Go scratch. What are you? Who said that? Who said that?
What's that?
Who said that?
One of the people on social media I was scrolling through, there's so much stuff on there, Kevin. You know, as a Jet fan, you almost can't go on there because 40% of the fan base hates every move. 40% of the fan base loves all these moves. 20% of the fan base, like myself, just wants to stay out of it because either way, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Now, hey, we rooted for these moves, but they were shit. They turned out to be shit. So,
another team, Kevin, because we keep going back to coaching. The Indianapolis Colts had to go to their backup, Gardner Minshew, and he led them almost to a playoff. Last week of the season, they were fighting for a spot. So, you know what, Kevin? My whole point being is that I'm tired of hearing, oh, we didn't have Rodgers. We didn't have an old line. No, you know what we didn't have? We didn't have coaches who knew how to coach.
And it started with the GM on September 12th when you failed to get a backup QB in here. A real one.
You're giving him credit. 33, that injury happened. He should have been on the fold at 8:33 in 1 second looking to see what was out there.
Who can I get? Who's out there?
Yeah.
And the guys called the Jets and they turned them down.
Yeah.
So they didn't want nobody. They didn't want nobody.
Maybe the rumor is true that Woody wanted Zach. He loved my golden boy, my Tom Brady. Start him, I don't care. If that's the case, Woody fucking should sell this team.
There's a reason you gave up the house for Rodgers. There's a reason.
13 seasons. 13 seasons. We have a coach going into his fourth season with an 18-33 record, which is 3 games under Arthur Smith, who just got fired for having a 21-30 record over 3 years. But our coach is going to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Because Aaron, we have to clean out the bullshit Rodgers wants him to stay. Some of the bullshit is this coaching staff.
About the only one I would have kept is Albrecht.
Whole defense could stay, and the special teams coordinators could stay. The whole. You know what, Kevin? This is what you got to say. The whole offensive coordinating staff has to go. And if you want to keep Hackett around to be Rodgers' left-hand man or his quarterback coach, fine. But a whole new offensive team had to be brought in here. And they didn't do that. We were the 31st ranked offense.
Incredible.
Only the Patriots, I think, were worse than us in total points on offense.
Yes. Incredible. Incredible.
But everyone on the Jets' offensive side of the ball is keeping their job.
What did I see? I
I know after tonight we're probably going to go on break till March because there's nothing to report unless and you won't see me and you like me and you will talk, but we probably won't do a 108th episode until March unless we find out somebody's been fired or
Do you
someone's
want
been
to?
let go.
Do you want to know? We're talking offensively. Do you want to know what our numbers were on third down conversions for the year?
Percentage wise? Percentage
No,
wise?
no numbers.
All right, go ahead,
Numbers.
tell me.
61 for 235.
Well, 61 for 230. So what's that? 22%? 23%?
On
Yeah.
third down.
Yeah.
For the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not
And
beating,
Solid's gonna
not beating anybody.
and Solid's gonna sit at Napoleon with his nice shiny head and tell us how we're close.
You're not beating anybody.
Here's another thing, Kevin.
61 for 235.
Yeah. And here's another thing, Kevin, and I know this is a minute problem, but to me, it's a big problem. Salah, run the stairs on a fucking Saturday. You know what? On a Sunday, 3 hours before game time, instead of fucking running the stairs, look over some film and see if something catches your eye that you didn't catch all week instead of running the goddamn stairs.
Fourth down conversions, they were 17 for 29. Wait a minute. You had to go for it 29 times on fourth down? What? What?
Yeah. And Kevin, why would they better statistically at fourth down conversions than they were
Yeah,
at
yeah.
third down conversions? Yeah. I don't.
You had to go for it 29 times on fourth down?
You know what, Kevin? I promise you that when we do our next show, unless, like I said, unless there's a firing, when we do our show in March, when the draft starts to happen, I will not make a prediction on this fucking team because I am done. You know what? Now they're gonna have to win me. Now that every year we've known each other, every year we've done this show, I never gave this team a negative record, but I'm fucking tired of it. Every fan out there sees what I see. And if you don't, you're not watching it.
Unless you protect 8, it don't matter.
Kevin, here's another thing.
Unless you protect 8 and get more offensive weapons in here, it's not going to matter.
I'm tired. There is no more silver lining. The silver lining is broken. It's been burnt. There's no more follow the yellow brick road. There's no more rainbow. This team needs to shut the fuck up and do things by the book and do it right.
Play. Well, maybe that's what he means. Get the bullshit.
Yeah.
All the bullshit that has nothing to do with winning out of the building.
Yeah. Well, is that bullshit meaning because last year they did fucking the fucking HBO
Hard Knocks
crap?
All the bullshit that has nothing to do with winning out of the building.
I don't buy that, Kevin, because they did it with Rex Ryan, and what happened that year? AFC Championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Kevin, football and with every sport, but football comes down to coaching. Your 11 offense and defensive starters are not going to be the same 11 come week 17. If they are, you count your lucky stars and you thank the God, which means every man, the B line, the C line, every man's got to be ready and trained to go as if they're a starter. And this team never looked that way. They looked like they were pulling guys off the fucking gyms. World Gym, you're a big guy, come on. You're a big guy, come on. You had Roger Saffold, who was an all-pro at one time in his career, never see the field.
Never see the field. Never see the field.
And I had someone tell me maybe he was out of shape. Fine, then why did he get signed? He was out of shape and not in football ready to play. Why did you sign him, Kevin, into the practice squad?
We tend to sign out of shape and injured players.
We sign these guys, Kevin, they never see the field. How bad out of shape was Roger Saffold had to be an all-pro at one time
to never see the field?
Then why did you sign him?
And Billy Turner. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bill, Bill,
Rogers, one of Rogers' bullshit
yeah,
guys. Is that who he needs right
Billy
out of the building?
Billy Turnstile.
Yeah. And why do guys like Dwayne Brown? I said it to you. Why is Dwayne Brown getting carte blanche that when he's ready to play, he's got the starting position?
He's
Shown us.
the Dwayne Brown experiment's over.
I understand, Kevin, but I said it to you before the season started. Why does he get carte blanche and as soon as he's better, he's walking right in?
They made so many mistakes this season. They wasted it. They wasted a championship caliber defense. They wasted it.
Yeah, yeah. And Kevin, I'm just sticking to the offensive side of the ball. When mini camp starts, if AVT is ready to go, put him in his right position and leave him there for 16, 17, 18 weeks. If Tippmann is the starting center, put him there
He's
and
got
leave
to
him
be.
for
He's got to
18
be.
weeks.
He's
All
got to
right.
be.
If McGovern wants to re-sign as our backup, just in case, we'll keep McGovern around. But Tippmann and AVT have to be the heart of this lineup, and you build around those
And go get real tackles.
Kevin, before I go, I'll say one thing. His first year, we both thought Max Mitchell was pretty good, right? Great, pretty good for a sixth-round pick.
Serviceable, absolutely, yes.
All right, fine. All of a sudden, from the time that we drafted him in his first year to his second year, he forgot how to play O-line, or was he coached poorly? Or
Can
was
you,
he coached
can you
poorly?
imagine your coach to be worse than you already are?
Think about it, Kevin. Max Mitchell's numbers his first year was so much better than this year. Why is that?
Are they saying don't use this technique? Use this technique.
Yeah,
and
shot block crap. Yeah.
that technique sucks.
Yeah. Even Taylor Lewan came out the other day and said this Carter sucks. So many of us were hurt when he coached us when they were at Tennessee. But we're keeping him. We're gonna run it back with him.
Yeah.
Because in the Jets organization, worse is good enough. If you're the worst coach, that's good enough for us.
I can't.
Panthers fired their staff. Seattle, who's been good for 15 years with Carroll, went a different direction. The Giants, who had a somewhat decent defense, they decided to get rid of two of week one and
right,
to make improvements. And to Wink's credit, he lost it. He didn't want his staff to go anywhere, and they probably shouldn't. But yeah, we're going to keep everyone on our staff. Our offense is safe.
No changes.
Close.
No
close
changes. There'll be no changes.
What are we close to, Kevin, being the 32nd best offense next year? Because we're 31 this year. Close to what?
There'll be no changes.
I watched high school football and college football offenses run more prettier plays than watching what the Jets do. Me and you have been saying this for the last 4 years. Why does everything we do on offense look hard? And it was such a breathtaking peace of mind for me when Garrett Wilson came out and said, everything on our offense looks hard. I watched these other offenses and everything looks so
easy.
pretty,
yeah,
so smooth.
Looks so easy.
That's not an indictment on getting rid of all that offensive fucking coaching stuff. Nothing is. And this is why next year we'll be in 4th place, not 3rd, 4th. Rodgers or no Rodgers.
But why did it look so hard? I mean, I can remember watching games. I saw guys running open. Quarterback never got him the ball.
But the O-line was coached poorly, and the O-line looked terrible, and that made the quarterback, I guess, look terrible.
I mean, I watched games where I watched the quarterback look at an open receiver and not throw it to him.
I was scaredy pants. Zach Wilson had no confidence.
There was one play in particular. Again, I forget who they were playing. He had Wilson, Garrett Wilson, slanting across the middle, down deep. Hits him. He goes in for a touchdown. He looked at him, pulled it down and ran for 6 yards this way
Yeah.
out of bounds.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on. Just
That's
throw
all.
the ball. Just throw the ball.
That's Kevin. That's all coaching. That's the quarterback coach, the offensive play calling, the O-line coach who sucked. You know, you can't listen. I can't go on about how we had 15 different starters when Cleveland had the same thing we were.
Mhm.
3 different quarterbacks. One was sitting on his couch playing with his kids and went 5-1
You're
down the
right.
stretch
Right.
with them starting 13 different O linemen in 18 games. So don't tell me, it was this, we were missing this, we were missing coaches who know how to coach.
Coach them up, man. Coach them up.
Yeah.
Right?
Coach
Coach them up.
with this team.
So what do you think about the playoffs this weekend?
I like Cleveland over Houston. It's gonna be a close one. I like Is it the second game? Is it Miami? No, it's Pittsburgh, Buffalo. No. It's who's the nightcap? Miami,
Miami.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say about that game, Kevin. It's the one game I don't really give two craps about, and I'm really aggravated. I have the Peacock app. If that game's not available to me because they want to charge me for it, that's going to piss my ass off.
I'm hearing you got to be a Peacock subscriber. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, when you say like I have the app, but you mean they want you to pay whatever the monthly?
Well, yeah, you have to be it's like $7 a month or something. So
Yeah.
wait a minute, I got to give you $7 to watch a playoff game?
Yeah,
Oh,
and you know what, Kevin? I said to you a while ago,
come
and I
on,
said it
man.
on here. Football is great because it's always on free TV. Well, stick a fork in me for my stupidity because now it's going to be every game is going to be on some paid this, and I'm going to have to shell out fucking hundreds of dollars to join all these things. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I did the YouTube thing. That's all I'm doing. I'm not, you know what? If I don't want, and listen, I'm glad it's the Miami game because that's the one game. If I had to miss, I'd rather miss that one.
Yeah, right. Well, then, I mean, I actually wanted to watch it, but it kind of pisses me off.
You want to fucking hand in my pocket and take out $8-9 so I could watch a game?
Yeah, kiss my ass.
Free TV.
Kiss my ass.
How many apps do I have to fucking sign up for now to watch football?
Same network too.
Yeah.
NBC. So all right, you got the Browns, right?
Yeah, I like the Browns.
I like the Browns.
Okay.
How about Miami, Kansas City?
I know this is gonna sound stupid. I know it's supposed to be 10 degrees. It's in KC. Miami, they got a lot of key injuries. I'm going to take the Chiefs only because it's home field.
You have to.
Yeah. You as well with the Chiefs?
Yes.
Yeah, so we both got those games on Saturday.
Yes.
What do you got on Sunday? Before you even start, I'm going to say this and people are going to think I'm crazy. If TJ Watt was healthy, I would take the Steelers. But because he's not healthy, I'm going to go Buffalo. Yeah, I would. I'm not impressed with Buffalo at all. Let me tell you, everyone wants to, they won, they beat Miami. If that kid doesn't make the kickoff return to make it 14-14, that game ends in a tie. Yeah. Who knows how it goes?
Yeah. I mean, I got to take the Bills at home.
I am too, Kev. Don't get me wrong. And that's only because TJ Watt. If TJ Watt was healthy, I'd take, because there's always one little upset in that first round, something that shocks you.
And if you rattle Allen, man, that's it. He self-destructs.
Yeah. Yep. Who do you like in the Packers-Dallas game?
If this was in Green Bay, I'd probably take the Packers, but I got to take the Cowboys.
I'm for the sake of this conversation, do I think the Cowboys are going to win? Yeah. But part of me would be pulling for the underdog Packers.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like I said Buffalo's going to win, but I'm big time rooting for the Steelers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see the Packers win, but.
In the nightcap, you like the Lions? Lions over the Rams?
Yeah, another tough one. I don't know about the Rams. The Rams,
Playing well. They're one of the hottest teams going
Yeah,
into this
yeah.
playoff. I'm going to take the
But I
Lions.
think Dan Campbell is going to have them. So he'll be frothing at the mouth. Whether they will is another thing. So, but I got to
How
tell
about
yeah.
let's give Dan Campbell and his coaching staff props, right?
Mhm,
This is his second
mhm.
year or third year.
I'm going to say second.
Okay, whether it's his second or his third, I thought it might have been his third.
I could be
He
wrong.
he did to, well, even if it's two, he did to the Lions what we thought Saleh was supposed to do with the Jets, and nothing. Because where the Lions built their wall and brought in a serviceable quarterback, we did the total opposite. We brought in no one.
Mhm. Yeah.
We brought in no one.
Yep.
And how about this? Here's what I want to say. Aaron Glenn, an ex-Jet, we couldn't use him. We couldn't find a coaching staff. He's with Detroit, probably going to get a head coaching job somewhere. Kevin, I pray something changes by March and they fire our O-line coach, because Nick Mangold or Kevin Mawai or
Listen,
DeBrickashaw or Alan Faneca will make perfect coaches to bring in to train this O-line
I would take Mangold in a heartbeat.
as the O-line coach. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. A
Willie
heartbeat.
Colon, guys who lived in the trenches.
Yes. Yes.
Keith Todd, are you fucking kidding me?
The guys
Why?
that had tenacity.
Yeah.
To him.
How come the Jets never bring back? They're like the fucking Mets. They never bring back what little history they had to help this organization out. Now, I don't know if any of these guys I just named are interested in coaching.
Well, Mangold is. He offered.
Yeah, all right, there you go. And I said it for years. Why wasn't Pennington offered a quarterback coaching job years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't McCown retained when he was looking for a coaching job?
Yep, I know.
Anyway, who do you like in the Monday night matchup?
Who we got Monday?
I was hoping you remember. Let's see here. Oh man, who's the Monday night game? Oh my God. I'm trying to look on my phone real quick. Look at us not remembering.
There's a Monday night game?
The Eagles. The Eagles are playing Monday. Eagles Bucks.
Oh, yeah. In Tampa,
Tampa
right?
Bay.
Yes.
That Eagle team, man, you want to talk about
Taking the Bucks.
You're taking the Bucks?
Yes.
All right. Well, you know what, Kevin? We agreed on the first five. I think the Bucks too, but just for some fun, I'll take the Eagles.
Baker.
Yeah, I'll take the Eagles.
Because let me tell you, how overrated. We beat the Eagles.
Yeah. And so did the Giants. So did
Yeah,
so did the
know?
Cardinals. So did the Cardinals. Yeah. Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the golden slipper for Sirianno has dropped.
Incredible.
Let me tell you, if they lose a first round playoff games to Tampa Bay and the way their
Heads are
season
gonna
finished,
roll.
oh yeah, he's on a short lease next year. And those
Heads
Eagle
are gonna
fans
roll.
are nastier than we are.
What do you think?
So,
This is New York?
Yeah.
Heads are gonna roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
This ain't the Jets.
No. Anyway, that's it for me on this end, brother.
Yeah. Well, a season that started with so much promise.
Yeah.
Right back in the shitter.
Yeah. Ended with 10 pounds of shit on us. Right on our heads. 10-pound bag.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
Until we do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. All right, brother. Signing off on episode 107.
Yep.
Been a
pleasure. 107. Another season in the books.
Yep. 3 years for us doing this. Yep. Very nice.
Now we move on. Into the long off season.
Yeah. Kevin, I'm just hoping I'm alive and sitting here talking to you in March, because This fucking team. I can't keep waiting for September's. I can't keep because my life
The-
is dwindling, and I can't keep waiting for September to enjoy football because it's
the
never
tra-
happened.
the trade deadline, free agency, the draft,
Yeah.
OTAs, mini camp, training camp.
Hopefully, Kevin, something will snap. Woody will wake up from his fucking slumber and make some heads roll, and we'll come on again. But if not, I will see you in March because from now until then, there's really nothing to talk about. I'm not going to
Yeah.
come on here and bore people with our same dribble about how
No,
stupid this
but
organization is.
that's like I was talking about the season itself. What do you come on and say every week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go talk about the complete ineptness of the offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
How they're running around looking like they don't even know what they're like. They're just going through the motions.
We're such a pathetic fan base, Kevin. We're already looking about what our uniforms are going to be like next year. I don't give a fuck if this team wore pink. Win games. Win games. I don't care how pretty the uniform is.
Doesn't
Teal,
matter,
hunter,
man.
green, burgundy, black. I don't care what the color of the uniform. Win games.
In the words of Al Davis, just win, baby.
And on that note,
we bid you farewell.
Yeah.
All right, brother. All right, you guys. Thanks for sticking with us this season. And hey, thanks for sticking with the Jets this season.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And,
that was probably a tougher sell than sticking with us, huh?
Bada boom. All right.
Hopefully, Kevin, when we come back in March, all the health issues, everyone's good, family's good, and we'll ride into the sunset, but we'll see.
Let's rock it. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. And until then, shut up. Talk to you later.
All right.